Hey guys, Willie James here from DreamHouse Music. In today's video, I want to talk about easy walk down gospel passing chords in C. I'm going to use the song God Has Smiled on Me, originally in D flat. We're going to do it in C though, okay? Easy chords. I'm going to talk about building the chords, and I'm going to do a quick playthrough just to kind of, get the vibe of the song, and you could run with some of these chords and use them elsewhere, right? So first thing, let's cue it up. And let's see if I can do a quick play along, and then let's get into it.
God has smiled on me. He has set me free. Oh, God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. Smile on me, smiling on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. He's been good, yeah, to me.
Okay, so that's it. That's the meat of the song. That's all we'll cover. There is more parts, but this is the main part that I like, these simple chords. So before we go into the breakdown, what you should know is your C major scale, as I say in all my videos. Know the number system, okay? You're just numbering the notes in the scale. So for in the key of C, we're using the C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the C scale, there are 7 chords that are built, okay? These 7 diatonic chords. This means these chords are built from the notes in the scale. If you don't know how to build them, check the link in the description, download my free PDF, and also join my quick start course. I explain how to build these chords. But here are the 7 chords. So the 1 chord is the C major 7. The 2 chord is the D minor 7. The 3 chord is the E minor 7. 4 chord is F major 7. 5 chord, G dominant 7. The 6 chord, A minor 7. And the 7 chord is B half diminished, or B minor 7 flat 5, okay? So you should know these 7 chords. All gospel chords are built from these chords, right? These are the foundation stuff you need to know. So what we just played, let's go over it. So it starts on the 1 chord, right? So it's a C, E, G, B. So it's a C major 7th, okay? So how did we build that chord? Well, you just go up the scale. C, skip D, play E, skip F, play G, right? So you skip a note going up the scale. That's how you build chords, okay? So after G, you could go up further. G, skip A, play B, all right? So this is called the C major 7th. The 7th comes from, the B is 7 steps from C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, C major 7th. Very nice sounding chord. And that's the first chord in the song, God. So the melody in this chord is the E. So I would put the E on top. I would revoice the chord, right? So when we play this chord in skip a note fashion up the scale, it's called root position. That's the natural occurring position of the chord, C, E, G, B. But we're not going to play like that. We could rearrange the notes or invert them. So we could put the E on top here, okay? Now, if you look closely, if you know your chords, this is just C, E, G, B, the C major 7th, but the top 3 notes is actually a minor triad. That's E minor, right? That's a 3 chord. So the C major 7th is just a 3 chord over the 1, okay? So anyways, we could invert this E minor like this, put the E on top. And that's what I would play, because she is singing God. That's an E, right? So that's how I would play. God, okay? And in the left hand here, I could repeat the G down here if I want to. Okay. If you don't like the sound, maybe you could do a. No, I don't like that D. Let's just keep it like this. Or you could just do octaves, right? But I like I actually like just a single note, really. Okay. So if you don't have a bass player, you're just playing on your own, you would mimic the bass in the left hand, which is just a single note. Anyways, the next chord is a 6th chord. Okay, so we talked about the 6th chord. Well, let's talk about how to build it. So 6, you start on start on A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 6 steps from C, right? And then you go up the scale to build the chord. So A, skip B, play C, skip D, play E, E. You can go further, E, skip F, play G. Okay, so it's the A, C, E, G. That's our minor chord. That's the A minor 7th. Now, if you look closely, the top 3 notes is actually a major triad, right? So it's a C over A. So in my chord chart, I just wrote a 6, but you could play a 6, and this is a minor 7th. That G is 7 steps from A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So you have an A minor. It's really an A minor 7th, but we just say A minor 7th. Okay, so the G makes it a minor 7th chord. All right. Without the G, it's just an A minor triad. Triad means 3 notes. Okay. So we have God has. So notice how I went to the next chord here. This is the root position, right? But I'm not playing it like that. I'm inverting the top 3 notes. I'm putting, what am I doing? I'm putting the E on top. So let's invert it, this triad, so the E's on top. Root, invert, invert. So I like this inversion here. All right, don't get confused. I took the C chord over the A and inverted it. So C goes on top. I invert it again. E goes on top. So to invert a chord, put the bottom note on top. I was just isolating this C chord. So when we go from a 1 to the 6, so all that happened was the C went to an A and this B went to a C. So God has. So when you're playing other songs and you go from a 1 to a 6, right, and you're using this chord qualities, right, you don't have to move much, right? The B just went to a C. So 1 chord to the 6 minor 7th. Okay. Next chord is just a 4 over 5, which is my favorite chord. The 4 over 5 chord, it precedes a 1 chord. Okay. It's a 5-1 progression. But anyways, what is this chord? It's an F major over G. 4 over 5. In the chord chart, I have a 4 over 5 because F major is a 4 chord. It's a 4 diatonic chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 means we have a 5 bass note, single note. Well, it could be a chord, but we never do that, right? We just play the single note for now. And then so G is 5 steps in the C scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 over 5. Okay. This is called a slash chord. All right. For those of you who are more in depth in theory, this is really a suspended chord, okay? So the real chord is this. It's really it's a 9 sus 4 chord. This is the real chord. It's a G dominant 7, but instead of a B, we have a C, okay? And what that makes it is a sus chord. Sus chord means from the root, you're playing the 4. So we're actually pretending to be in the key of G temporarily. So G, C, F is the real chord. And then we're playing an A, which is a 9. Okay, you might have heard of the 9 chord. Well, it's just an A that's 9 steps from G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is G, the octave. 9 would be A. So you have this kind of interesting sounding chord, right? So we omitted the D, right? Omitted the D and the B, and we took the B to a C and have an A. So it's really a G9 sus. That's what it is. But for beginner's sake, if you don't know all that, just say it's a 4 over 5. Simplifies it, right? So we inverted the C, F, A, put the C on top. It's a very nice chord that resolves nicely into our 1 chord. Okay? And it looks like here, I just... not by accident, but instinctively, I added more to this C, E, G, B by just going up the scale even more to make it a bigger chord. So this is a C major 7. Let's make it a 9 chord. Simple. B is 7. 8 is C. All right, we always skip a note to build chords. So skip C, play D. gives us the 9. So this is a C major 9. So it's like a G major. It's like a G major over C kind of feel, right? So I'm playing the E, G, B, D in my right hand, and I have my C in my left hand. So from that 4/5, smile on me. Very nice, right? It's almost like a jazzy R&B kind of feel, right? With these chords. So God has smiled on me. So the overarching chord structure is we went from a 1 to the 6 to the 5 to the 1. That's the number system, okay? 1 to the 6 to the 5 to the 1. I'm trying to sing. It doesn't sound that great, but we understand what's going on, right? So, and then he has said is my favorite walk down, right? It's just a 4, 3, 2, you know, he has said, right? That right there, I love that. So what is the progression? It's a 4, 3, 2, right? This is the bass note walk down progression. So on the 4, let's talk about building the 4. Why not? So the 4 is an F, A, C, and all we did, we went up the scale from F, right? You should know your scale, okay? F is the 4. Let's build the chord. So F, skip G, play A, skip B, play C. Most of you should know F major. Let's make it a bigger chord. Let's make it a 7th chord. Simple. From the C, skip a note, play E. So that becomes an F major 7th. Okay? And if you look closely, it's like an A minor over F. So when you have a major 7th, okay, you always have a minor triad on top. A, C, E. I'm going to take this F and bring it down here. Okay, so we built the chord in root position, but we're not going to play like that. We're going to move the notes. Simply, well, we're just moving one note. We're moving the F an octave lower. So my A, C, E is in my right hand, F is in my left hand, and maybe I'll play my thumb in my right hand. And we're just going to walk down. So F, A, C, E, then we go to E, right, with the G chord, E, G, B, D. So this chord in root position is the E minor 7th, right? We built it the same way. E, skip F, play G, skip A, play B, skip C, play D. If that was too fast, rewind this video and cut it in half, all right? That's the E minor 7th, right? Or G major over E. So we went like this. He has... See, I'm just walking down the scale. 4, 3, and then we walk down again. Right? These are just diatonic chords. The 6, 5, 4, right? So 6 over 4, 5 over 3, because E is a 3, and 4 over 2. All right? Or the technical names, the theory names, 4 major 7th, 3 minor 7th, well, F major 7th, E minor 7th, D minor 7th. Okay? And that D minor 7th is built the same way. D, skip E, play F, skip G, play E. Sorry, D, skip E, play F, skip G, play A. Sorry if I mess up. I'm going so fast. A, skip B, play C. Right? Da, da, da. Right? And the singer sang, he has said. And then me is my favorite chord, the 4 over 5 chord. Okay, our 9 sus chord. Okay, free back to the 1. All right, and this progression 4, 3, 2 is used in so many songs. I can't think of any right now, but it's a very popular, progression in pop, jazz, even gospel, R&B, neo soul. Right? Da, da, da. So just remember that, and it's very easy to build. All right. Anyways, me free. So what do we have in context again? God has smiled on me. He has set me free. Okay, and there's some nice juicy passing chords here. So free is a 1 chord. The next chord is a 3. So we have to go from 1 to a 3. And what the musicians did is, instead of just going from a 1 to a 3, we inserted some passing tones. So to get to this 3, we're going to walk up from the D, D sharp, E. Okay, so what did they do? So smile on. Sorry. He